Welcome everyone. We are playing D&D 5th edition for the group Unnamed Adventurers Guild. My name is Lionel. I'm going to be the DM this session. Let's present of characters. Both of them are new. So whichever one to start first.
I'll start. My name is Alex Newton. I am playing my character, a human male rogue called Delanos Oros. He's a seasoned adventurer, but through some experiments gone horribly wrong. He's suffered from some serious memory loss and intelligence loss, and he's forgotten most of his adventures. And they put him into retirement, but he's getting bored in his old age, and he's decided that he's going to leave his retirement and get back to the job that he left a long time ago, which was adventuring. So he signed up to join the Unnamed Adventurers Guild to relive the life that he lost.
Okay.
So how old is he?
He's 47.
Okay.
He's old for a human who usually, then their average lifespan in this kind of setting is like 60.
Did he?
I know, but I am uncomfortably close to 47 in real life, so that just.
Did he got localized memory loss?
No. It's pretty much just he forgot all the places that he's been and all the things that he's done. It's basically made him forget all of his classes. So hopefully as he adventures around again, his muscle memory will catch him up.
Okay. Let's continue with the next one.
My name is Eric. I am playing Rhinora Cove, a half-elf bard. He is sort of modeled after the ideal of a skald, right? A Viking storyteller, trickster / warrior. Beyond that, I don't have a lot of his backstory other than he's as much a lover as a fighter, and he was banned from his hometown. He can never go back. It involves a girl and a local lord, and it just no. But beyond that, I'm not sure what else to elucidate.
Not much is needed right now. Okay, so you received the information in the guild that there was people needed because the town Shenit was having trouble handling a situation with some creatures, perhaps pests, and they required for you to go to the town and investigate the source of those creatures and deal with the issue. Basically, the reward was 50 gold pieces plus whatever they consider worth the effort of your services. And you travel. It took you Carrick was kind enough to help you drive you to that town because he was there, so he knows. And but he had stuff to do, so he will just come back a day after to take you back to the guild. It took you 4 hours. Is about midday, and you're in the town in the frontal gate. As you notice around the, it's a common town, not very um, uh, wel- wealthy, and it's surrounded by farmland, most most of it. The what it will be the mayor of the town, and some of the people, the townspeople, uh, uh, receive you and thank you, and in their faces the expression is quite it seems that they are expecting much from you, being part of the Unnamed Adventurers Guild. Um, as they take you through the town, you see the wood-made buildings, and you reach the northern part of the town where the farmlands begin to show up again. But along the way, you see something strange, at least for you two. There were parts where reaching the farms, you saw some like barns and open fenced terrain where giant goats, like cow or horse size uh, goats that were grazing and eating their stuff. And furthermore, when you reach the end of that end of the town, the the farmlands begin to show very tall uh, what will be produce sorry plants and vegetables known to be harvested on on the area. The major addressed you saying, please help us. We have been having at late night some creatures that come and attack us. They have been destroying the near buildings, and some of again it's some of farms and lands have been destroyed. Uh, um, our goats have We have been forced to use our goats to for protection, and they arrive with pieces of vegetable mass in their mouths.
You okay? So I'm sorry, Lenil. Give me just 1 second. So they have been using their goats, as in the animals that.
As they go fetch and bring back. I mean, they are
Dogs?
not releasing the goats in the farms. They have been bringing them until the end of the farms
Mm.
and go and fetch whatever they was attacking the fields. But obviously the goats have not been quite too helpful since
Mm.
the attacks keep continuing. It has happened about a week of those attacks.
I ask if they can show us one of the areas where an attack happened.
I agree.
Sure. They take you to one of the uh, close barns of farmlands, and as you go to see uh, many the walls have been attacked and damaged since all of those are made of wood, like they have been receiving punches and broken stove glasses, broken uh, uh, and when you look in the fields there are parchments parts of that where the plants are just gone. You can see directly the floor, open floor.
Are we able to tell what may have caused it? Like what
Uh,
type of animal or beast or monster it is?
well, you can choose between nature or survival.
All right, I'll try nature. Oh my god.
I would
Okay.
say survival.
So you know, in roll 20, I always have it set to roll both dice just in case. I literally rolled first roll 1, second roll 20. It literally natural 1, natural 20.
Yeah.
1 is what I get, but it's kind of funny that it literally rolled both.
I only
Uh,
got 7.
so basically, you have no idea what has caused the trouble, but you can see like what is the word? Trails
Hmm.
going back and forth to the wild.
I turn to the peasant and say, "Fear not, good sir. I, the great Skald Ragnar, shall take care of this problem for you."
Interesting name.
Rhinor, sorry.
Yes, thank you. If you need something else, we really want our farms producing. You know that we live from that.
Um, do you have a short bow or a crossbow? Actually, I don't think I can do crossbow, hand crossbow, but like a short bow and some arrows I can borrow for use on this hunt.
Let me see. They have some.
I would also like a short bow if you have it available.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait here a moment, please. You, Carl. Yes, sir. Go to the merchants and see if they have some bows for borrowing, and the
and
young
and
man
and a few arrows.
and a few arrows, of course. Yes, sir. And he moves, and the young man goes away. It takes a while, and it brings you what will be two short bows with a set of 10 arrows for each one.
Perfect.
Okay. I can't write it down, but I'll know I have them.
All right, I'm set. Let's go. Let's go chase these bastards down.
You got it.
And we can both stealth, so we're gonna be, I assume, as quiet as we can as we're traversing the terrain to hopefully surprise whoever it is.
Uh, sorry. Okay, so roll for stealth.
15. Not terrible.
25.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay, so you're quite stealthy, quite quiet. If we're not mid-afternoon, we're starting of the afternoon, you will not be seen completely, will not be seen at all. It takes you about half an hour when you begin to enter a heavy bush area with some medium trees, and the tracks stop.
Hmm. That's weird. Wonder why they would stop.
Are we able to tell anything?
In roll investigation.
15.
14.
Okay, it takes you a while. Uh, you find what will be a cave, no, a hole in the closed area. Hole of the, when you look at it, is has a pendant inclination entering it, and it's a 10 by 10 feet hole. You cannot see the end of it. Around the hole, you see that some trees, some, well, in the where would have been a tree, there is like the hole of the tree, but the tree is not there. And same with some of the bushes.
So the hole, it's like an animal burrow.
With that investigation, I will say that you know that it is not from a normal animal to do such big of a hole.
Okay, so I guess the point of my question was, can we walk into it upright, or would we have
Yes.
to crawl?
No, 10 by 10 foot.
Okay. Okay.
So when you enter, it will be 10 by 10 by 10.
Got it. So, I mean, I can walk in there and I can see in the dark, but I think my friend here can't. So,
I can see in the dark. I just need a torch.
Sure does help with the stealth, doesn't it?
Who needs it? It's overrated anyways. I'm going to pull out the torch, light it with a tinderbox. And I'm going to hold it in my offhand. And I'm going to hold my short sword in my right.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow behind about 10 feet with my short bow at the ready. 15 feet.
No. If I got to walk up here, you got to walk with me.
Says who? Fine. I'll walk with the little baby. I'm teasing. But I will have my short bow out. I'll have my short bow ready to go.
Okay. I'll still take the lead. I just want you beside me.
Oh, that's so sweet. But we haven't known each other for very long, so I don't know. Things are moving a little fast.
Too fast, if you ask me.
You have to hold your to the walls because the inclination does not let you just go down.
Mm.
And like 20 feet. No, wait. That was like around 120 feet further away. You see that uh, the the like the pendant uh, goes back to normal. The inclination goes back to normal,
Mm.
but and there is two roads or two or bifurcation, one to the west and one to the north.
That's one deep hole.
Mm.
I can't see the bottom of it.
Well, let's go see what we can see at the crossroad there. See if we can tell whether one path is more used or than the other.
Make another investigation check.
Ooh,
I got a modified 1.
nice. I got an 18.
Yeah. Oddly enough, this cave seems that has not been used from a long time. You would say that about it's like more than a month. Further, you cannot tell, but about 1 or 2 months ago, this what would be cave has not been used.
Seems like we're wasting our time and we've lost our trail.
Well, I guess we're going to leave then.
I guess so.
Can I get a reminder of what the attack looked like on the farm?
It was more like a vandalism, but it was not focused vandalism. From the short thing you could gather with those rolls, but you could not gather who was making that vandalism or or what will they be attacking. The only thing that you recall is the those people saying that they had to send the goats to chase, and when they arrived, they were bringing vegetable vegetable pieces in their mouths. And now that you think about
Seems
it,
kind of strange that ghosts would do that.
yeah, exactly. You think about it, why would big goats be following orders?
Well, not even following others. It's just if you
Orders.
think it was bandits or something, if it was some sort of organized group, do you think would have just went in and taken what they've gotten and then left for more and more? And it makes you wonder what they're even taking. The villagers didn't say anything was being stolen, so maybe it's just one of the families getting at one of the other ones. I mean, I might be overcomplicating it, but I mean, if the giant goats are chasing people and they're coming back with food and they trust those people to leave them alone, they might know they might know who's doing it.
It's too bad we don't have a druid that could like talk to these goats and ask them what they say. And I could have taken speak with animals as a bard too. I think yes, I could have, but I didn't. I think maybe we should go back and set up a sting operation, like a stakeout.
Better than running out in the woods.
It is, especially when the sun goes down. I don't necessarily want to be in this cave or in these woods when it gets dark.
Fair enough.
So we're going to head back to town. I suggest we don't actually go into town proper, but that we find a place with a good sight lines and sort of set up watch to see if we can see.
Okay.
Somewhere along the trails as well.
Do you want to make an open watch, or do you want to be hiding to like sneak on whatever is coming?
I want to be hiding.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say that roll stealth for that specific plan.
Ooh, 22.
I only got 14. I rolled low.
Okay, so basically, even if you wouldn't have been able to find a good place, you would have asked the townspeople and comment them, and they will suggest good places to hide, and you make the watch. I have to roll something.
The whole point was to not ask the townspeople.
Yeah, I mean, even if you don't even have to. That would be... Oh, that's an straight roll. So... Let's say... you're lucky. The night comes. It takes you a while of silence. This time would be a full moon again, if my calculations are right. If not, close to full moon. And after the animals, the birds, the wild animals, birds go to rest, and the creatures of the night begin to do their rounds. You see how humanoid creatures come from the northern part and begin to enter the fields. And they are far away for you not to get a good grasp of it. Then moonlight lets you identify them as humanoid, but you are not that close to see what who they are.
Simple recon, I guess.
How far away are we from them?
Let's say they are from 60 to 100 feet away from you.
All right.
And there are about 5 of them.
5 of them, okay. Ooh, 60 to 100 feet away. Hold on. No, that's too close. 5 of them, you said.
Yes.
All right. I want to sneak up. Are they... How close together are they?
About 10 to 20 feet from each other. They are not in a cluster. It's like a V formation.
Is there... Okay, so here's what I want to do. I want to sneak up to where I'm within 90 feet of them, and however I can position it to get the most of them in it, I want to cast a spell that has a 20-foot radius and affect as many of them as possible within that 20-foot radius.
20-foot radius. Yeah, you can get 3 of them.
Excellent. So that's what I want to do. I want to sneak up just enough to get 3 of them with my sleep spell.
Okay, roll the sleep hit points.
23 hit points.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. It's a great low-level spell.
Okay, so that will get. Can you remind me? 20 something? 20,
3.
23. Yeah, you down one of them.
Oh,
The
really? These are strong son of a booches.
No, wait. You get. Well, it goes with the from the higher to the lower, right?
I think
Can
it's
you read
actually
the spell?
I think it's actually the reverse, but hold on, let me look. In ascending order, so that would mean lowest to highest.
Okay, 2 of them go down.
2 of them go down.
Okay. What is the range of the spell?
90 feet.
Okay. Yeah, you can cast it from where you are.
Yeah, so that's what I did. And did did the other one react at all to his compatriots dropping near him?
You see that it stops for a moment. It shrugs off the effect of the spell, looks around, see the other 2, but it's like it is not bothered by it.
Mm.
I think casting a spell reveals your position. He
Yes.
turns towards where you are. But since it is like it does not see you,
Mm-hmm.
so he continues.
How far is he from me at this point?
That would be 80 something feet away from you.
Okay.
I say we get a little bit closer before we start shooting at unknown targets.
Yeah. We only have a minute till those other 2 idiots wake up. Do you want to try and sneak up to them and either coup de grace them or coup d'etat them or whatever?
Yeah, let's do that. I pull up my short sword.
All right, I'm gonna keep my short bow as my primary weapon for now, just in case I got to fend off one of these other guys.
Okay.
So we're basically stealthily sneaking up to the 2 that I downed, whatever.
Okay. I'm not going to make you roll again. You easily enough reach them. Oh wait, you cast a spell. No. It's the night enough, and you move seems not bring their attention, and when you arrive to them, you see that they are indeed inhumanoid figure, but it's like they are made of plant.
Humanoid plants. Fascinating.
Those two are smaller, the small size, like it would seem like a halfling size. It does not look as a halfling. It's around that size. That's what I'm saying.
Well, why don't we, since they're clearly not the villagers or whatever, why don't we end them and try and get to the other three?
You got it. And I perform an attack, intent of murder. Bam.
Your eyes glow red, and a couple of fangs begin to show on your mouth. And no, roll. Tickle right, auto crit.
Yeah, but I don't know that it's auto hit. I think it's advantage on hit and then auto crit on hit.
If they're sleeping, we can't miss.
Okay, well then there you go. So yeah, it's critical.
Oh wait, but it's only with melee weapon.
Yeah, but he's
yeah,
got melee.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't say I was
Roll
attacked.
All right, so I'm rolling for the critical damage, which I got.
So, I mean, technically it's advantage on hit, not auto hit, but it is auto crit if you hit.
Oh, should I roll?
I mean, I'm just letting you know what it says in the book, but Lanil's the DM. If he said it's auto hit, then great.
Auto hit would be. I mean, attack would be if they were not sleeping. Maybe roll for an attack to see how deep goes the. If you can pass the skin or whatever is the skin of those.
Okay, so this is not gonna be fun. 22.
Yeah, that hits.
So my critical damage is 9. With my sneak attack is 11.
To one of them. Yeah. As soon as you hit, greenish liquids comes out, like they explode, and roll on the dexterity saving throw.
A dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay. 25.
Yeah, you're not as much as covered as you would have been if you fail, but your arms and your legs are covered in that moisty, um, sticky liquid, greenish liquid.
Did the other 3 notice us?
You begin to hear further away some noises in the fields. Big noises. I mean, well, not loud, but like there is a struggle in there, like someone doing something.
All right, well, I'm going to kill this last one. The second one.
Roll.
Roll to attack or roll for damage?
Yes, roll to attack.
20.
That hits. Roll damage.
9, and sneak attack is another 11.
Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Uh, 17.
Yeah, you barely manage, but this time part of your torso it's bathed with yellowish liquid, same consistency and sticky.
Reminds me of killing puddings. Why does that remind me of killing pudding? Yeah, well. We're gonna figure out what that noise is.
What?
We're gonna go figure out what that noise is.
Yeah. Yes, let's do that.
All right, I start sneaking over.
Same.
As you get close, like following the trail, the one who did not succumb to the sleep spell, you feel a few meters in front of you that the creature is ravaging the crop field, and this is like it was looking for something, and is taking out some of the crops, uh, like pulling them until they are raised. I forgot the name. Pulling them out of the earth,
Mm-hmm.
and it shakes that crop or that plant, and it throws it away and goes with the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no time like the present.
Yeah. So I'm going to open up with a short bow attack at the plant creature.
Hold on,
Okay.
let's do this together. And I pull out my short bow, and we shoot them at the same time.
There you go.
Okay. Roll for an attack.
Ooh, natural 20.
17.
24. And I did 8.
Okay, you did.
I did 5.
Okay, the thing receives the arrows, turns back at you, and roars. But the roar is not like an animal roar. You hear like the crunching or branches in some sort inside that roar. Roll for initiative.
A bonus action on our surprise round. I am going to inspire my compatriot here. My arrow, my short bow skills were just so impressive, so much flourish that he's inspired to be better. So you get a D6.
Reminds me when I was younger.
And you can use that on attacks, saves, or skill checks.
Main the bard. I know. All right, initiative.
Okay, roll for initiative.
Yeah, I got a fancy 8.
Ooh, let's see how I do.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh, I did even worse. 7.
Yeah, sorry. I added my proficiency. I got 6.
Okay, with big jumps, jump like walking, get close at the half elf and sweeps with his fist or with his claws.
And I can almost guarantee he hits. I have no AC.
That will be okay. That will be that. Plus. 12.
He missed. Oh my god. Like barely, but he did miss.
And the next one is a 22.
He hit.
Rip.
Rut-row.
You
I've
take
got another insta die.
5 points of damage.
Oh shoot, yes I do. God damn.
And you need to make dexterity or dexterity acrobatics or strength athletics roll.
19.
Yeah, you see how leaves. I forgot what is the English term for that. Branches come from their arms, and it tries to grapple you.
Vines.
Thank you. Vines. And they try to grapple you, but you somehow manage to escape from the vines. It's Alex's character's turn.
I think it's mine. I think Alex said he got a 6, not an 8. He miscalculated.
Yeah,
Okay.
accidentally added proficiency.
Okay, it's your turn.
All right, so I'm going to. What am I going to do? Ooh, do I want to do that?
2 shots.
Damn, let me think. Well, I mean, I could do that. That would be a guaranteed win. But he can't have that much left to him. Sorry.
No, I was going to say that what happens when you go against the forces of nature, but go. Sorry, it was just a simple comment.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to. Oh no, I'm in engagement range. Okay. As a free action, I'm going to basically swap my short bow for my long sword just to have it at hand. But my action is going to be a vicious mockery on this plant creature. So it has to make a DC 14 Wisdom save.
Wisdom.
Okay.
And what are you going to say, and how are you going to say?
I look at him and say, what do I say? I look at him and say, I've scraped more interesting pond scum off the bottom of my boots than you.
Ew, that's an awful thing to say. 17.
So nothing happens. It does a lot if he doesn't make the save, but it does nothing if he does. That's a cantrip.
So no. He answers like, no, wait, that would be if we were normal. Okay, no, he does answer with a roar again. But nothing happens. Your turn.
Yeah, I mean that's it. I don't want to provoke an attack of opportunity, so I'll stay. I'll turn to Alex as my turn is ending, or to what was your character's name again?
Delenos.
Oh, I didn't tell you. My name is Delnos Oros. Just in case you die.
I turn to him and say, "Kill this thing now."
Maybe you should have told it to leave you alone.
Yeah, that's
I'm
not
gonna
very
pull out
vicious.
Oh, maybe.
It is.
People hate puns.
It is punny though.
I'm gonna pull out my short sword. Just kind of holding the short bow in my offhand. I'm not gonna two-hand it. And I'm going to run up. I'm gonna move behind it, and I'm going to attack it.
Go ahead. Since it has your teammate in range, in melee range, you can get a sneak attack.
I got 14, and I don't think that's enough, so I'm going to take my inspiration.
There you go.
With that inspiration, I got 20.
Okay, that hits.
For my raw damage, I'm going to do 9 points. And with my sneak attack, it will be, holy crap, 15 total.
Roll a dexterity saving throw.
God, these things need to stop exploding over me.
Do
15.
I need to? I'm standing right next to it.
Yeah, you too.
14.
Yeah. Alex's character has already had 2 of those liquids on him, and you roll lower than needed for your character, Eric. So the creature gets an and you are covered in that liquid, gooish liquid, sticky, but this color is red.
Red.
Yeah, but basically it dies.
Huh. Didn't this thing come with 2 other things?
Are we? I want to look. Is there like a person underneath the plant matter?
No, it does not look like it. So what are you going to do?
Well, I mean, there's 2 more, aren't there? Can we tell where they are? Can I see them or hear them?
Roll perception check.
Oh, of course. Where's my jack of all trades? Damn it. Oh, 16.
I got 11.
What were you saying, Alex?
I got 11.
I got a 16.
Yeah. You hear at the distance something, but Raynor gets the general direction better than you do.
This way.
Wait.
I take off. I take off at a jog. Yeah, that's it. I'm not going to do anything else.
No, now the special effect. You being covered in that goo, your movement is not as when you were clean of it. So you are moving half your normal movement, both of you.
Oh, so it's like a Jim Carrey movie. I'm sitting there. I'm running at full speed, but I'm only moving at half speed. What's that movie, The Mask?
You are intending to jog, but since it's so sticky and it's so and you're so covered with it, it is hard for you to move. So you are like trying to jog is like making small jumps with each one of your legs.
Hmm.
Like one leg asking permission to the to move to the other.
Hmm.
Can we wipe it off?
It will take a while if you want to.
Let's try and
Fuck it.
catch whatever these things are first. We can always take a shower after.
It takes you about, that will be a minute to get where the next one is, and you see it's clear that you cannot hide with that, with the noise, your movement.
Yeah, I'm not trying to hide anymore.
But the creature is not paying attention to you and is doing the same thing that it was doing the other.
Okay, so I am going to vicious mockery it and say, "You stinking pile of sauerkraut! Look at me when I'm yelling at you."
And it's a 17.
God dang it!
Maybe they just don't understand what you're saying.
So, as my bonus action on that quote turn, I'm going to throw another inspiration at the dude next to me. Hey, you're inspired! Woo!
Oh,
I do it making
guess I feel
Three
it.
Stooges noises. And yeah, there. That's my turn.
Okay, what are you going to do?
I guess I'm gonna take my arrow and bow and shoot at it.
Please note that I did not walk within melee range of this thing. I was a
Okay.
good 20 feet back.
Okay, roll with disadvantage
Why do I have disadvantage?
because you're a moody sticky.
Because what? You cut out for me.
It's very sticky.
Oh, okay. All right.
Guys, I'm going on mute for just a minute. I'm listening, but need to step away from the computer.
I got 18 still.
Still 18. Okay, that hits.
And it'll take 6 damage.
Okay. Uh, let's have a break while Eric comes back.
Okay. Damn it.
I'm back.
Oh God! Don't look at me.
It's so normal. I
Damn,
have to
dude,
say,
my glasses. There's like a crack running down them now. What the?
When this happened? Did it happen
Right
when you
around the
had me?
time your camera turned on.
I, I had a different image from the Facebook profile,
It's
but
it's a little out of date.
I thought you were
It's from
bald.
19.
I am bald. What
Yeah,
kind?
it's an old picture.
Yeah, it is. Wow.
I think I took that when I was like 21.
Well, I never
Gotta
could,
update it.
to be honest with you, I never could place that picture with, for lack of a better way to phrase it, the maturity level you've shown. Like, that picture did not match the person that I was speaking to most of the time. So,
I actually get that a lot, so it's okay.
Yeah, your tone of voice is higher than what your pictures and what you have just shown or what I have believed. I
It's
don't know.
my picture's like, he's got so much testosterone. He throws hay bales, swings swords, and shoots paintball guns and drives four-wheelers.
Yeah. Okay. Let's continue. Uh, eh, again, as soon as the arrow reaches the creature, it turns. Oh wait, did you roll a sneak damage? A sneak attack damage? Oh wait, it was not. It was not surprise. Okay, sorry. So it turns towards you to makes a roar, branching roar, and this time goes towards Delenos. Delenos.
Hey,
Roll for initiative.
21.
14.
21, 14, and that one will be this one. First goes um, Reiner.
Mm. All right, I'm gonna cast heroism on myself. So I've got 4 temporary hit points for like a minute, I think.
Is only one target?
Let me double check. I think so. At this level, yes. So what I get is I'm immune to being frightened, and every turn I'll get 4 hit points, 4 temporary hit points, until it's over or I lose concentration.
You have used 2 inspiration. How much inspiration do you have?
I have 4, so I have 2 left.
Okay.
That half elf with the +2 charisma and that my awesome rolls. I could have 5 of these suckers if I'd really wanted to gish it. You know, I could have gone for 20 charisma at start, which I thought was just a bit too much.
Yeah. Okay, so you cast it. Are you going to use another inspiration? or just leave it like.
Probably the other
Alex
one.
should have one right now.
Yep.
Okay. Next is the turn of the lumpy thing, and it's going to swing at the Lenos.
Me.
10 and
Hell.
17.
17 hits me though.
Okay. It gives you take uh 8 points of damage. Are you still awake? You wake up?
Ow.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm still standing. That
And
hurt.
make a contest a grapple.
Acrobatics for 13.
30.
Crap.
No. Oh, wait. Yes. You barely managed to escape the creature's grapple with its vines. And it's your turn. You're in melee.
Oh yeah. Short sword pulled out. One hand both of my weapons, which is the short bow, and I'm going to swing at it with my short sword.
Disadvantage.
Why do I have disadvantage?
Because you're
Oh, 'cause-
sticky with the glue.
That is really strong for no reason. Especially since I made all the saves, but whatever.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah, that misses.
I wish we were using flanking rules.
Yeah. The stickiness does not let you give enough speed this time to the blade, and it just bumps on the bark skin of the creature.
Well, I can't really do anything else.
Okay. Next one is starting of the round again.
I'm gonna
Raynor.
waddle up to it and hit it with my long sword using both hands. So the versatile
Okay.
property.
At disadvantage.
18 to hit.
That hits.
Let me just see which one. Wait, what? That can't be right. Hold on, sorry. It's not adding my strength. Okay, so let's say 12. I need to fix my macro because that is not right.
12 of damage. So
12 damage.
okay. You sink a little bit more the blade this time. But it's still standing, and it's going to swing back at you.
Come on, big boy. Bring it.
5. I guess that misses.
Wow. I've got like the shittiest AC, and you're still missing me 2 times out of 3.
15. The second
Yeah,
one.
okay, fine. You hit me.
It makes wow 10 points of damage.
How much?
10.
Oh, jeez. One. Oh. Yeah, I'm down. And I lose my temporary hit points. Like, the spell's gone because I've just lost concentration. Damn.
Okay. It's Delenor's turn.
But yeah, Bellinor. I'm level 6 bard now.
Yes, please.
I say
Healing
Eleanor.
word.
I say D Eleanor, not B Eleanor.
It's Delanos. I'm Delanor's cousin, Delanor. All right,
Is your
I'll
other
attack
cousin Dylan?
for 16.
16 with this. Okay, with disadvantage.
Yep.
It hits.
8 damage.
And with that, it explodes. Make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
Doesn't fucking matter. I'm gonna get hit by it anyways.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
part
13.
doesn't make sense to me, Linnea. You've got a saving throw that does nothing.
Yeah, well, you're level 1 characters. What do you expect? It
I
gives you
expect when I make my
disadvantage.
saves, it doesn't hurt me.
Your level characters, the only thing I can make you get is disadvantage. The roll?
I said 13.
Yeah. You and Reiner are covered up this time with a bluish color goo, and basically you are paralyzed. You can move at 5 feet per round. Basically, you are so sticky that you cannot move. You are completely covered.
Well, I can't. I need to do a death saving throw?
You know what? You don't have to make a saving throw.
All right, well, I guess I'm going to use what little movement I have left to pull out my water skin and try to get rid of this shit.
Okay. So it takes you basically a short rest, 1 hour to take off that thing.
Do I regain a hit point since I didn't have to death save?
Yes.
So I get the advantage of a short rest? Or the time it takes to clean that stuff off, I guess, right?
You will get another short rest. Need another short rest. Another hour to take it your part. Yes.
Okay, but I guess my question is, can we spend hit dice? Because if I'm at 1 hit point, there ain't jack I can do but go hide.
You can use what would be 2 short rest for spend 1 hit die. Sorry, 1 short rest worth of hit dice.
Okay, well, I've only got 1 hit die, so that's how many I'll take.
Yeah,
let me see. Do I get my bardic inspiration back? I think I do.
No, it's level 5.
No.
Equal to. Right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yep.
You can no. You are taking off the unless you ask Delenos for help you out. You cannot use Song of Rest. Oh wait,
I don't have
Rest
it yet.
second level.
I don't have it yet.
Okay, sorry. Never mind.
So after 2 hours, can we still hear our remaining foe? Is it still clawing away?
Make a perception roll.
7.
10.
No, you don't hear it.
Probably a good thing. Hey, man, why don't we set up camp and do a full rest here?
I mean, I'm still pretty good. I can take a quick look around the village, or around this area at least.
I'll go with you. But why don't we this time try and stay as like let's stay in like short bow range, but anytime it moves towards us, let's move back. Let's try and pincushion the son of a bitch.
I guess. Pudding felt kind of good, you know?
What? Oh, pudding felt kind of good. Do you have a pudding deficiency?
No, that's all they made me eat in retirement.
That was an Adventure Time reference.
And I have not seen that chapter.
It's been a while.
It's been a while since they've had new episodes.
Yeah. Okay, so you take a long rest, making a camp.
No. We said no. We said we were going to scout and see if we could. So we're going to scout the area first. If we're able to detect the remaining creature, we're going to decide what to do. If not, then we'll take a long rest.
Make a survival check.
It turns out I was proficient with this. I got
4.
18.
Yes.
Yeah, you look, you have to go back to retract the creature. But when you arrive, the creature has already gone. It's already gone.
All right, let's long rest. Let's set up camp.
Yeah.
Okay. The morning comes. This time, the townspeople go back and wait for you to wake up, and says, "How did it go? Oh, what was those things that were attacking the fields?"
Swamp Thing has been getting busy with Mrs. Swamp Thing, and this was the result. No, but we tell them what we saw, and that we took most of them out. There's only one left, but the vegetable matter that their goats have been bringing have been the creatures. So at least your goats weren't worthless. They were actually helping.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, they give you the short arc about the goats and how they have been trying to train them, and it seems that with a little bit of help, they have been able to obey small commands. It seems that they are not that stupid. Like a bit of tricks. But they begin to ponder and chat about what you saw, and as usual in the towns, they begin to bring names, weird names, and oh no, that's the tale of the walking trees, or yeah, you hear, oh yeah, my old man told us, and they whip up the town where he was living and stuff like that. your urban legends and the sort. Um, some of the gonto inspect the goo that you left, uh, and when they come back, they point out something that you do not notice. It was that the goo was it smells sweet and it tastes like fruits.
I was gonna try and taste it, but I didn't think it was the right time for that sort of thing.
But they cannot tell anything else. They will need the help on an expert. But they do not have any in the town at the moment.
Well, we can send some. I'm sure the guild has somebody inside that knows how to deal with it. We can tell them what we know.
Yeah, and they asked you if you are going to track down the creature or wait for another day night for it.
So we confer privately outside the range of the villagers' hearing. So what do you think we should do? I mean, we can wait another night and see, is it just one creature remaining, or do they somehow regenerate? That could be useful information. Or we can go back to the guild and tell them what we've discovered and ask them to send maybe a heavier hitter to clean it up.
Well, if they regenerate, then their bodies won't be there. So, are their bodies still there?
Well, let me rephrase. As opposed to them specifically regenerating, that they are
Respawn.
spawning.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily the same ones, but whatever is causing this to happen is spawning some every night.
Yeah, that could be likely. But then again, if just one of those guys was almost able to take us out, I don't want to find out what they can do in full force.
Well, maybe if so, I mean, we can certainly go back to town and ask for help. Or maybe if we get the goats to, maybe if we get the villagers to help by sending the goats out first when we get attacked, and then we clean up the stragglers.
Sorry, who let the goats out?
What now?
Who let the goats out?
I didn't say anybody let them out. I said maybe we could request that the villagers help us with them.
Okay.
Well, I mean, just to add to that, they weren't particularly strong. If the villagers formed a militia, they would be able to deal with them as well.
Some of them might die, though. I mean, they were strong enough.
Yes, but they still have the help of the goats, and I'm sure that a town like this that seems to be facing constant trouble with these things has sufficient healers.
And maybe if they brought fire to bear.
We didn't try that yet.
So what should we do?
Well, I say we have really two choices. If we wait for the night, and I think our first choice is to wait for the night. If they come back in full force, there's really no point in fighting them because they just come back. We follow them back to wherever they go. Or And then that way, when we do go back to the city, we can give something more useful than just there's tree people walking around here.
So I'm going to turn. Okay, well, that sounds good, but I'm going to go ask. Something feels off about this. I'm gonna try some persuasive discussion with these folks and see if there's some dark idol or some. These creatures are looking for something specifically. Maybe the village has taken something into their possession recently that could fit the bill.
Okay.
I'd like to help him.
Okay, you can. One of you, whoever rolls investigation, and the other, that's the bad cop, and the good cop is going to roll insight.
No, I'm going to
What?
try and talk it out of them. I'm not going to try and investigate. I'm going to try and talk it out of them.
Okay, so investigation will be then replaced for persuasion, but it's basically the same.
Well, it's not the same for me. It's a big difference.
I guess I'll do the insight.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me do persuasion unless you're particularly skilled.
Well, I got +5 on persuasion.
Yeah,
But
I got
rolled a
plus
insight.
6.
Yeah, no. So I was saying I would help you easily.
Yeah. So I rolled a 18 persuasion. If I have advantage because Alex is helping me, I rolled a 22.
What did Alex roll in insight?
Insight was 13.
Yeah. Well, you ask here and there the people who were affected, those who discover the attacks, those who send the goats, the lazy one in the town, the jester, etc., etc. And what you could gather is no, they have not anything from the wild except maybe what the other set of adventurers brought from the previous attack. It was a bunch of ankex. They took off their inner organs of the ankex and let them and took the shells to sell, and they took the what would be the wano, the shit of the ankex, and use it on the fields to fertilize the and help the plants. But that's the only thing that has come from there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And with that, someone, I think, let's say the major and one of the merchants says that they heard the adventurers mention some rare rocks, greenish rocks that were warm to the touch, but they cannot precise you any more information about that.
Fuck.
Did they keep any of the green rocks here, or did the adventurers take all of them?
They do not know.
Were they one of us? Show them
Uh,
the emblem.
yes. That's why they call the Unnamed Adventurers Guild, because basically the previous time they have to petition the city guards to help them, but the guards were lied, and it was a stroke of luck that the the Unnamed Adventurers Guild members came to the town and helped them.
Well, I think we should. I think we should camp out with the sole goal of finding out, do these things respawn? But then we should go back to the guild and ask around about these green rocks. We might want to come back out here with one of them and see what happens if one of us stands in the middle of the field with one, or puts it on a pole or something. You know?
Maybe.
Okay, so just stay for the night.
Yeah.
Okay, so Carrick this time comes back, sees your plan. He's going to wait, but basically he will not participate because he's interested in other stuff and just. Oh wait, Carrick was with them. You can ask him. Basically, he tells you that they deliver the rocks. They laid the rocks on the guild with Pinkos, and they basically had to clean the what will be the cave you just found the previous day, clean off ankles. So it was around that area.
Weird. Well, I say we maintain our plan and then head back.
He can go back to the guild and ask for the rocks, for
Yeah.
well, some of the rocks, because they were allowed about 50 of them, and they were, well, quite heavy.
Well,
But we
yeah.
only need one.
Why don't you bring some of those rocks back and let's see what happens?
Okay, and he goes and he returns at close to the night, about 7 p.m. ish, and he has about 5 or 10 of those rocks. They are like half the punch. If you close your fist, like half of it, each one of those.
Let's go pile them up in the middle of the field, but someplace where we've got a clear sight line that's within, say, 100 feet. Let's say 60 feet of us, and let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Can we climb a couple of trees within 60 feet of this, and like have our short bows trained on the rocks?
Sure. You find a set of a couple of trees close to a good spot to place the rocks, and you place the rocks and climb the trees and keep watch. Make perception rolls.
I got a 7.
14.
It takes you close to the night, and you see that at the distance, uh, three more figures come and begins to wander around the fields. Um, Let me roll something. Yeah, I only like this. Uh-huh. Yeah. One of the creatures, human size, uh, finds the rocks, uh, stops pulling out the plants, and goes directly to the rocks and begin to inspects the rocks. It takes him a while, and then you hear one of the a roar from it. But it's different in tone than those you hear when you were attacking them. And the other two that are small in size come to where that creature was, or is standing, and they begin to take some of the rocks, and they bring them back with them.
Let's see where they go.
Yeah, let's follow him.
Roll stealth.
15.
11.
Okay, it seems that they have not noticed you, and they move back close, no, basically to where you arrived. And you cannot see it, but you recognize the field, and a few feet away, let's say 120 or a bit more, there should be the cave or the hole in the field, and they begin to like plant the rocks close to other trees, close to the trees and the bushes. And you begin to hear them. They are like making sounds of like hummings of happiness, like singing, but it is a pretty droomy song. Like doo 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 doo, see, something like with drums, but a bit of melody. Percussion.
I pull out my drums and improvise around the song that they're doing.
Roll drums proficiency.
I do not think this is the time for that.
Hey, I could have pulled out the bagpipes. 19.
19. Yeah, with the time training with drums, you catch the tone and the time, and begin to uh, uh, make the music and accompaniment, music accompaniment of the song, and they begin to enjoy your help And after they have finished, the big one turns back at you and says, "Thank you," in a lower tone, like bramble, like branch voice.
I ask him, does this mean that you'll leave the village alone?
Um, we are we are trying to recover our friends.
What are those rocks?
Uh, we don't know, but they is they birth. They make us birth.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
you know that it's trying to say mom or father
Mm-hmm.
to point out, but he cannot place the word because it's not a word to be used in a to talk about a rock.
I,
Um,
I, I, I mentioned to him that if he can speak next time, perhaps try speaking to the villagers instead of damaging, and they can send for us and we can help again.
Make a persuasion roll.
can I help with it?
Sure. Where how are you going to help?
I'll just try to give him advantage. Help him.
But how?
Uh, Probably by just saying that those villagers are a lot more peaceful than you might think.
Okay, that's enough. Roll.
Okay. 15.
I got 20.
You got advantage.
Who?
You.
Uh,
Yeah,
yes.
that was my. I always roll with advantage just because of the way roll 20 works. 15 was my first roll, or it was my highest roll and first.
Okay. Um, basically, they explained to you that they do not knew that they didn't know that they are like uh, 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 just born about 1 or 2 months, and they just have are learning the language. And you notice that is obvious because they are having trouble communicating with you. But um, they say to you that they are going to ask next time. That's first next time, and they ask you if you know about the if there is more of those rocks.
I say that I am not sure, but I am more than willing to investigate and find out if any more exist and have them brought here, if I'm able to.
They thank you. Is Alex gone?
Looks like he dropped, yeah. But okay.
Okay, let's end this.
Yeah.
You go back to town. They thank you. You explain to them. They thank you again. They give you the money. Uh, and
We
they
return our short bows and remaining arrows, right?
yes.
Yeah.
And when you explain to them, how much are going you to explain to them about what you discussed with the creatures?
I mean, I'm going to tell them that the creatures are newborn, but they are not inherently aggressive. They're just inexperienced. And I'll tell them that I asked them next time to request help. So I especially want the villagers to understand that if one of these creatures is standing out there, try talking to it and see what it wants. And I tell them that there is something that they asked us to look for. I do not tell them specifically what. And that we will return if we find any more.
Okay. And as a token of additional thanks, they give you a, a sack full of tomatoes.
Ooh, nice. So how much gold did we get
50 gold
each?
each, and the tomatoes.
How many? How, like 10 pounds?
A full sack. Let me check how much a sack can hold. Food and drinks unlocking. Vehicles.
I mean,
Contains.
a sack can hold 30 pounds or 1 cubic foot. I don't know how much tomatoes weigh, but it ain't 30 pounds for a cubic foot, is it? Oh, whatever. Sure.
Let's say, let me check the trade goods. Flour, salt, iron, copper. Basically, the complete sack, or what they give you, it's about 10 gold pieces total. Oh no, wait, that's too much. Yeah, they give you an additional 10 gold pieces full of tomatoes. Be that 1 or 10 sacks.
Okay. So, when we get back in town, can we just sell it and keep the gold?
Sure. All of it?
No. I'm gonna split it. I'm gonna keep 5 gold. I'm gonna give 5 gold.
No. I mean, are you going to sell all the tomatoes?
Yeah, I don't need them. I can work for, I can entertain for food basically anywhere at any time. So I'd rather have the gold.
Yeah, sure. You manage to sell them with your bardic skills, and you get 10 gold pieces, and you share 5 and 5.
Yep. Cool. All right. I'll level this guy up then, I assume, because I get that 1 experience point, right?
Yeah, but are you listening?
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, so basically, the town thank you, and you explain to them what happened, and they give you 50 gold pieces each, and whatever amount of tomatoes is 10 gold pieces. And you go back to town, and Raynor decide to sell the tomatoes. Unless you have to want to say something about it.
No, that should be fine.
Okay. So total 55 gold pieces each. And if you don't want to do anything else, we can end the session here.
I don't know. Raynor has been a very competent ally. I wanted to get to know him a bit better. So, you seem to have a different cultural lifestyle than how I see everyone else around here. So, I'm assuming you're not from here.
Oh, no. No. I tend to wear out my welcome in most places sooner or later.
What makes you say that?
The people with pitchforks that run me out of town and say, don't come back.
That's usually what does it.
But I'm new here, and who knows? Maybe I'll be able to stay for a while. Maybe I won't. When a pretty lass catches my eye, sometimes I can't help myself, and sometimes I get into more trouble than it's worth. But such is the life of a bard.
Well, that is interesting to say the least.
How about we go find ourselves a dirty bar with loose women, and let me see if I can play a few songs to get into a few pants and get a few drinks.
Hey, you know, you're not the only one. I'm going to pull out my loot.
Oh, loot. Well, what would accompany a loot? What would I know? And I pull out my bagpipes.
It's been a while since I've tuned this thing. I don't remember how I learned it. Oh well, I think I can figure it out.
Okay, so you drink and enjoy the night. I'm not gonna make you roll for that. You should be proficient enough to get something from it. And oh wait, I forgot. This was 2 days after the festival events, and it took 2 days, including this one, to finish whatever was happening in this session. You will get 1 experience point, and I think we can end it here.
I got a 20, by the way.
Natural?
No, modified.
Now let's see how I did, just for the grins and giggles. Not good. A 10. But that's fitting for bagpipes.
It's not for everyone.
Cool. All right. Thanks a lot, Neil. This was a lot of fun. I'm glad I can occasionally play again. I don't think I can go as much as I was doing before, but I'm hoping things are slowing down a little bit for the next few weeks at the office.
Okay. I'm just glad I get to play this guy.
Okay, thank you for you playing and bearing with me, and thank you for those who are watching. And let's hope to see each other again sooner.